But when I opened that bag, honestly, I get quite emotional. I cried. I literally got so emotional when I opened it because I never thought somebody like me, from my background, from where I just never thought I would ever achieve any of this. Hi guys, welcome to another video. You are a luxury handbag addict. You are ridiculous. You are careless with money. You are frivolous. You are obviously very unhappy because you're filling a gap. You are undeniably showing off, trying to show your status, trying to show everybody that you can afford these things. You are a bad person. I've had all those things said to me. I have. So I'm here to tell you, let's get rid of some of these myths and let's talk about what actually is behind our luxury bag addiction. So let's get going. So I have been asked on many times, how can you justify spending that on a bag? And my answer used to be, oh well, I saved up and now, I'm sorry, the answer is very different. The answer is, I don't have to justify it, only to myself. So if it's not your thing, that's absolutely great. Nobody's asking you to buy it. But don't judge me and don't ask me, don't tell me what I can or cannot spend my money on. So that is my answer, and it wasn't my answer for a long time, but I am starting to see the light that actually I can do whatever I want. Now, I did want to talk about sort of the psychology behind why we love some of these things, because these things are not cheap. Let's just have a look at a couple. And you can see in the background, I have a few Hermes bags and they are my absolute passion. Hermes is one of my absolute all-time loves. It really, really is. Anyway, we've talked about these so many times. I just absolutely love them. This is the Birkin 30 in Togo leather in the colour Etoupe with gold hardware, and it always has the contrast stitching on the Etoupe colour, and it is just the dream. It's a beautiful neutral. Anyway, the point is that these things are not cheap. So what is it about these bags? What is it about this that draws me in, that makes me part with my hard-earned money? Well, is it a status symbol? Is it for me to show this and go, look everybody, I've been able to afford this? I don't think it is with me, because much as I really like these things, and I do like to go and buy, save up and buy another bag, I certainly don't feel like I show off. Yes, I'm on YouTube, and yes, I'm showing you something, and I might do an unboxing and say, guys, look what I've bought, but it's not ever supposed to come across in a showing off thing. It's supposed to be a review and a reveal for you guys who are fellow handbag enthusiasts, if you like. So the whole point for me is not showing off and saying, look what I bought. I'm often in real life, and we'll talk about that in a second, in real life I'm very opposite of that. I don't usually take these bags to certain places and certain things because I don't want to draw attention. So, and I'm getting better with that. I am getting better with just using my things. It's obviously got some brand awareness and some sort of status with it because it draws me in. So for example, Birkin 25, I just wanted this so much, and there are loads of bags on the market that are similar size, similar shape, similar function to this, but nowhere near the price of this. And yes, we're not talking about resale value, because there is the argument, isn't there, that if you can get your hands on this, it's an investment. So why wouldn't you buy it? Why wouldn't anybody buy it, even if they don't like it, because they could sell it for more? But we're not talking about those things, because I've never bought a bag in order to sell it. So I sort of believe that I genuinely just wanted one of these, and I wanted to keep it forever. And it's somebody like me, from my background, how hard I've worked and all of those things over the years, that I could afford something like this. So part of it is to do with affordability, but it's more for my, I suppose, my own reward in life, if you know what I mean, my own gratitude that I've got to the point where I can afford something. So it's not an outward showing of wealth. It's more of a little reward and incentive to myself that I have achieved something. It's a little sense of achievement. So I think that's where I am with certain brands and everything else. So why would not be enough? So my very, very first Birkin is over here, and my very first Kelly is here. Why would I not stop and say, right, I have one of each. I'm just so grateful to have one of each. Surely that's enough. Well, for some reason with me, yeah, nothing's ever enough. There's always what's next. And none of that is to do with the fact that these aren't good enough or these aren't enough and I need more. It's more for me that I'm continually growing, evolving, I'm continually setting myself goals and incentives and those types of things. And so my reward for those can be anything. And for me, it sort of goes into handbags. So these mean something to me, as in they're an achievement, or they represent a part of my life where I managed to do something, or we might have been travelling somewhere and it signifies that. Every single bag has a little story behind it of why I bought it and where I bought it and who I was with. So we've talked about this quite a lot, about being sentimental about bags, and actually they are just things, and it's silly, but it's not silly because it's what they mean to us, it's what they signify. And I recently did I did allude to the fact that I have a new bag that I have now. I've received it and it is insane, and I've put that to one side until I reach 3,000 subscribers, which may take me months. It may take me months, but it doesn't matter because it's a goal that's there. But when I open that bag, honestly, I get quite emotional. I cried. I literally got so emotional when I opened it because I never thought somebody like me, from my background, from where I just never thought I would ever achieve any of this, and this signifies that to me. So it is about what it means to me inside. And yes, to some people it's just a bag. To me it's so much more. There's so much more sentiment and emotion attached than anyone else can probably. Maybe you guys will understand it, but there's a lot of people out there who don't. So one argument is, just think what else you could do with that money. And yes, I get that argument, but at the end of the day, what I do with my money comes down to my own priorities and my own feelings and thoughts and wants and needs and all the rest of it, what I gravitate to. So my thing is bags. My husband's thing is cycling. He loves cycling. And some people it's cars. My husband's cars as well. Some people it's watches. Some people it can be travelling and holidays and all the rest of it. And that is great, and you choose whatever you want to do with your own money. And yes, somebody else might say it's ridiculous. Well, it's ridiculous to them. It's not ridiculous to me, otherwise I wouldn't do it, would I? I wouldn't do it. If I think that's a ridiculous amount of money to spend on that bag, I wouldn't do it. So I wouldn't say that somebody else's choices are wrong. They're not wrong, they're just their choices. It's as simple as that for me. So let's just grab one of these again. So what is it about these particular bags that draws us in? Are we addicted to the chase, particularly with the Hermes bags? Are we addicted to chasing and being able to get one of these bags? That was certainly a part of it for me, I think. I have never played the Hermes game. I will never play it. I've got a whole video coming actually, which is all about my Hermes journey, because my journey has drastically changed over the last 18 months, 2 years, something like that. This was the last Hermes bag that I have picked up, and this is, it's about 18 months ago, a little bit more than that. So I've never played that game, but the fact that I could get my hands on one of these or one of the others just felt very, very special. It did signify something for me. So part of it is the thrill of the chase, if you like, Part of it for me is definitely the research, and I love all the fashion shows. I love all the trends and the lookbooks. I love looking back at some of the old, just the old collections, old pieces. I love it when certain things are revived, like Louis Vuitton at the moment are bringing out their denim range. And yeah, I missed out the first time round. I just couldn't afford it then. And so now they're reviving it. I'm just like, yes. But I love all the research and the lookbooks and seeing what's coming. And I love deciding what I can actually afford and what I can't. So I can't buy everything. I just can't. I wish I could. I can't. And so therefore I love researching and narrowing it down and working out which one I might be able to get in 6 months time. So for me it's a thrill of the research and the love of the industry and things like that. And then when you go to buy the bag and you've got it is an amazing experience for me, so especially if your sales associate is amazing, where you can go in and try a load of things on, and you just have a lovely day. You have a lovely day and come back with an amazing bag. So I love that. But I also, I suppose part of it is the whole experience. And then obviously the main part of it is having the bag. So once you've actually got it and you can get your hands on it and start using it, and at first you're like really careful with it, and I'm always careful with them, but there's times where you think, oh well, it's had its first little scratch, so I can relax now and everything else. So I don't know, I just love it. I just love it. Part of it with me, I wonder whether you get caught up in the hype of something that you think everybody else has got, so you want it. Every 2 minutes on YouTube people are unboxing a Birkin, or I just grabbed a couple of bags, or a classic flap. Not so much anymore. You don't see as many unboxings of classic flaps. Other Birkins or Kellys or baguettes or Chanel, that's a reissue mini, Chanel 19 up there, Petite Mal, whichever one you choose. You could be saying, everyone's got one. Everybody's got a Birkin, everybody's got a Kelly, everybody's got a baguette, everybody's got a Chanel classic flap, everyone's got a Louis Vuitton capucines. And actually in reality they don't. How often do you actually see in real life? If you're watching on the YouTube bubble of our little niche, if you like, on the internet, and you're looking at luxury channels like mine, and you see every so often I'm unboxing something, and then you watch Dale's channel and she unboxes a Birkin, and you watch Meredith and she unboxes, I don't know, a Birkin or a mini Kelly or a Capucines or whatever she's unboxing, and Amelia, beautiful sequin baguette, and I could go on and on and on. You watch Mel in Melbourne, who seems to be unboxing very, very high ticket items all the time. And actually that is not real life, that is not reality, it really isn't. So if you're just living within this little bubble and that's what people are showing you, it intensifies the oversaturation of it, doesn't it? So actually in the real world, when do you actually see these things? Now when I go shopping, if I go to London and I'm in all the luxury stores, it appears as if they're everywhere. There's stores everywhere in London. There's 3 or 4 places where they will have an LV and a Dior and a Chanel and an Hermes and everything. And you're looking on the shelves, you go into Dior and there's so many bags everywhere. And so it gives you the impression that they are everywhere. But actually in real life, yes, they might be on the shelves, but how many people do you know have a Birkin or a Kelly? How many people in my world? The only people I know that have them, I've got one friend who has a couple of Birkins. Other than that, I don't think I know, other than my YouTube friends, and they are real friends. They are very, very dear friends to me, but I met them within this bubble. So I'm not counting them because they're within the YouTube bubble. But yeah, elsewhere, I don't know anybody. I certainly don't see Birkins on the street every day. And even if I go shopping in Leeds or Manchester, it's very rare you actually see any of these bags. So Yeah, you have to put it into perspective, don't you? Yeah, that's not real life. It really, really isn't. So all in all, I think if you can put yourself into some perspective of saying, I'm not getting carried away, I am not overspending, I am not putting myself into financial trouble, I am not buying for the sake of it, I am not appreciative of the things I have. I just love buying and collecting, and the reason I want more is because I still love the industry and there's more things that I would like to explore, and I like to research and be part of that industry, and it's something I love, so I would like to spend my money on it. As long as you keep it into perspective and you're not using it as a crutch for something else or using it as a gap because you're really unhappy about something, you know deep down what's going on in your world. And as long as you are happy with what you're doing, you don't have to justify anything to anybody. So for me, yes, I am a luxury handbag addict, 100%, but I love it. I love it. And I'm not doing any harm to anybody, and I am very happy in my world. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Let me know in the comments below. Do you agree? Other than that, thank you so much for watching. See you on another one.